Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today is a very exciting video. First of all, my no buy is over. I have some purchases coming. It was a long 31 days. So fully expect some hauls here on this channel. Yeah, don't tell Mike. Today's video is, I think, a super exciting one. I picked up the Dominque Cosmetics Transition Pallet. If you want to see how it works and what I think, hang on, we're going to get right into it. My base is done on my face, just foundation, concealer, and powder. Everything else is left undone, and I do everything with this one palette. So let's get into it. I'm really excited about this video. So this palette that I'm going to use today was released quite a while ago. It's from Dominque Cosmetics. It's called the Transition Palette. And the concept of this, I think, is brilliant. And I was really interested in getting it, and I never picked it up. Not entirely sure why, but I got my hands on it, and so today I'm going to play with it. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. This is meant to be an eyeshadow palette. It can do brows, it can do face stuff. So I thought today, let's give it a try. For my base, I just went in with my e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, which I love. A little bit of the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. I am loving this. Apparently it's gone viral. I've been using it for like 2 months. I didn't know it was viral. So there's that. And I like that a lot. And then I set everything down with my Too Faced translucent setting powder. So nothing major, that's all I've done. And I did prime my eyes with my e.l.f. eye primer. So I thought we could start with brow. There are so many options in here. I feel like no matter what you need, you would be covered in this palette. So the colors, again, go from super dark to super light, everything in between, cool, warm, gray, mustardy yellow. This palette can pretty much, I feel like, do it all. So let's find out. I'm gonna start with my brows. I used to use powder in my brows all the time, and I haven't for a while. So I have this itty bitty angled, I don't know if it's an angled liner brush. So I'm gonna use this for my brows, and I think I'm gonna dip between this shade right here called Cool Beans and this kind of dark grayish one down here called Coal. I think between the two of those, I can pretty much get the brow that I want. All right, so I'm dipping into Cool Beans. We'll start with that and see. Tap off because my face is done. Start out here by my tail. I may not need to use that Coal shade. That's pretty dark. There's a hair trying to get in on the action. I feel like using a powder for your brows definitely takes some of the pressure off. Powder is really easy to use. Just gonna keep dipping back in and then applying to my brow. I think I am gonna dip into that Coal shade a little bit too. That's pretty warm. That's better. I'm focusing my brush mostly towards the bottom and outer portion of my brow until some of the product has brushed off. Okay, I dipped back into the Coffee Bean shade. I'm just gonna start some little hair strokes towards the front of my brow. This is excellent brush for this. This is the It Brushes for Ulta, the Airbrush Angled Liner. Yep. Wow. And I'm holding it so the longer part is down, and just more hair strokes. That's a pretty good brow. I think I like that. I'm gonna do the other brow and then I'll come back and we'll move on to what's next. Okay, I'm just gonna brush through my brows with a spoolie. That worked really, really well. I like that a lot. And I feel like the warm tone that that first shade gave us works out pretty well with the red in my hair. So I'm pretty happy with that. When I don't have the red in, I might just stick with more of the coal shade, which was that kind of almost dark gray. Okay, so far so good. So now, let's contour. I'm gonna use the shade right here called Toffee. I think that might be a good place to start. And I just have a little flat contour brush. Get that on there. I haven't used any of these shades. I haven't even swatched anything yet, so that's pretty good. Contour the other side. I do keep my contour pretty far back. I just want the definition, I'm not using this to bronze. Wonder if I should try. I'm gonna dip into this gray color right here called Ash. I'm gonna mix the two, the Toffee and the Ash, just to cool it off a little. Yeah. I love that this is so customizable. That is excellent. Okay, I used a color switch just to bump off any excess product. I'm just gonna work that in a little bit. Brushing up so as to not drag it down. Yeah, I know it looks a little bit stark right now, but once the bronzer and everything is on, it's gonna look okay. All right, I'm gonna dip back into the Toffee in the Ash shade to contour my lower lip. I was wearing just a bit of lip liner and lip gloss. There. I like that a lot. I'm so impressed. I think for bronzer, I'm gonna dip back and forth between this shade, which is Hazelnut, and this shade, which is called Mocha. Again, we're doing this for the first time together, so you know as much as I do, unless you have this palette. So I've got both of those. This is a pretty fluffy brush, because I don't know, I mean, so far, these shadows have been pretty pigmented. Or shadows, or whatever you want to call them. Powders. As obviously I'm not using them as shadows. That's nice. Dipping back into both of those shades. Just lightly blending this. I do like to bring a little bit across the bridge of my nose. get that nice and blended out. And then up along the hairline. I think that works out pretty darn well. I think for blush, I want to go in with this shade right here called Blushing, and the one next to it called Chai. Oh, maybe we'll just try Blushing first. Let's go a little bit of Chai and Blushing. That's pretty. Okay. I want to blend the bronzer shades in with the blush shades. I think that's really pretty. Very kind of natural and nice. I think it's nice. All of these shades are matte, every one of them. So there isn't a traditional highlight shade. So I think I'm gonna try Frothy, which is right here, and Natural, which is over here. Maybe if I can just boop into both of them a tiny bit, just to add a little highlighted effect to my cheekbone. This might be a mistake, but I want to take a little bit of the natural shade and put it under my eye and see what happens. I don't generally powder much under my eyes because they're so wrinkly. Okay, I mean, the highlighting, there's certainly an effect from it, you can tell. Let's see about the nose. But I'm more of a blinding highlight kind of girl, so. But it does give you the effect of a highlight, so there's that. Now I think we should move on to actual eyeshadows. I think I'm just going to keep it really soft and kind of go along with my shirt and my nails today. That could be cute. So I think I'm gonna go with the shade Soft and Sweet right here and put that all over my crease and onto the outer half of my lid. It's just, I'm using my IT brushes for Ulta, the Airbrush Blending Crease Brush. Big fan of this brush. Oh, hey, check that out. Wow. That is stunning. And blended out very, very easily. Ooh. All right, just a little bit more. I think I want to bring it up a little higher. Again, not going to go for anything dramatic, though I'm very sure we could get dramatic out of this palette very easily. I might deepen it up just a little with this Chai shade that we used for the blush. And then I think I'm going to use the Frothy on the inner half of my lid. So let's check out Chai. Oh, that's really pretty. Holy moly. Oh, that shade is absolutely beautiful for a very soft, ethereal kind of eyeshadow. Boy, howdy. Okay, I'm gonna take Frothy on a flat brush, just on the very inside, like inner corner, because I want to put that chai shade all over my eye, I think. Or maybe the Soft and Sweet. Let's go with the Soft and Sweet. Okay, going in with Soft and Sweet on a flat shadow brush. This is another It for Ulta. Can I read it? It just says placement shadow. So we're just gonna place that. I mean, I know it's super simple and nothing to write home about, but those are beautiful shades. Gonna go back in a little bit of that Frothy shade on the inner corner just to brighten it up. I'm gonna finish up the other eye and I'll come back and we'll do the lower lash line. That's the eyeshadow done. I just cannot get over how pretty those shades are. I'm not even sure I can say I have any of these in my collection anywhere. These are amazing. Okay, lower lash line. I'm just gonna go in with that chai shade on my shadow brush and work it on the outer half, 2/3 of my lower lash line. Same on the other side. And I'm just gonna go with that Soft and Sweet shade to finish blending under. It's just so pretty. I'm going to slap on some mascara and I'll be back and we can wrap this up. Okay, I'm back. I just put on a little bit of my Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes on my Topping Bottom lashes and I'm calling this good. I'm incredibly happy with how this turned out. I'm even gonna say I'm a little bit in love with this eye look, as simple as it was. I just think it's so pretty. As for the Transition Palette by Dominque Cosmetics, I'm gonna say this is a full-on win. These shades performed beautifully. I will say they are a bit softly pressed in the pan, so there is definitely some kick up. I don't know if you could tell, there was no fallout at all. But the softly pressed just means it's gonna blend really well. They layered nicely. I mean, only layered, you know, 2 shades, but I will definitely be using this for something a bit more smoky and, dare I say, sexy even a little bit. We'll see. But I'm very happy with this. If you're looking for a kind of simple but could get multiple looks out of palette that you could use on your face as well, I say definitely this is worth the purchase. I have a few of her eyeshadow palettes, in fact, and I like them all. I think they're pretty good. I haven't used them in a while, so I'm gonna have to break them out, but yeah, I love this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you a little bit. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, you should do that. I'm posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I try to upload right around noon Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you. Be good and remember to be kind to you.